And in the Impact segment tonight, as predicted, the folks in the Crimea have voted to leave Ukraine and join Russia. Everybody knew that would happen once Russian troops occupied the peninsula. Here's how President Obama reacted this morning.
We are imposing sanctions on specific individuals responsible for undermining the sovereignty, territorial integrity, and government of Ukraine. We're making it clear that there are consequences for their actions.
Okay, joining us from Washington, Fox News strategic analyst, Lieutenant Colonel Ralph Peters. So, I got the list of the guys. I can't pronounce most of their names. Vladislav Surkov, Sergei Glaziev, Leonid Slutsky. I mean, okay, fine. So, if these guys have any money in American banks, it's frozen. They can't come here. So what? I mean, why does Putin care? He doesn't care. Anybody losing any money, Putin will just make it up to him, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, telling a couple dozen Russians and rogue Ukrainians that they can't vacation in Vegas this year is not going to get Putin out of Crimea. Bill, it's appalling to me that these tepid measures introduced by the president today, with more to follow, admittedly, from the European Union, they're so timid that they only encourage Vladimir Putin.
Well, isn't there something to be said, though, for gathering a consensus, and that takes a long time to deal with these pinheads over in Europe. You have to kind of gather them all together and explain it 87 times and then have lunch and coffee and cigarettes, and it takes a while to get all these people mobilized, but once you do, so I'm assuming that this is what Kerry and Obama are trying to do, then it's more powerful. And you say, okay, now we're going to slap all banking is off limits to the Russians. We're going to ruin the currency. The ruble is what I suggest they do. So maybe that's what they're doing behind the scenes, is trying to get them all together and then drop the hammer on Putin.
Look, Bill, consensus is a great idea. Sometimes you have to lead, and this is one of those times. And I'll tell you, there are three things that President Obama can do and should do. One, stop pretending that negotiations will solve all the world's problems. I mean, Vladimir Putin is playing Game of Thrones, and we're playing Downton Abbey. The second thing, Obama needs to renounce and abrogate the Strategic Arms Reduction Treaty that he gave to Vladimir Putin. It was a gift to Russia. That would get Putin's attention, because Putin's military is really hollow, and they have real financial problems. The third thing, and we could do this unilaterally if we had to. I want Europe on board, but they're timid. They're afraid of losing money. Broad, deep sanctions that really bite, because Putin's long-term, I stress long-term, Achilles heel is that he does not understand economics.
No, they can hurt the economy
will not get him out of Crimea.